Welcome. This module covers the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act, also known as Fifra. Pesticides, introduced on a massive scale following World War II, have become an integral part of American agricultural production. However, in the 1960s and 1970s, we began to realize that some of these pesticides were dangerous and posed a serious threat to human health and the environment. Pesticides residues in food, farm worker exposure to pesticides, and groundwater contamination continue to contribute to a growing unease over the widespread use of pesticides. The Federal Insecticide, Rodenticide, and Fungicide Act helps mitigate these concerns by eliminating the use of dangerous pesticides, ensuring the safety of new ones, and requiring that all pesticides are handled properly. What is a pesticide? A pesticide is any agent used to kill or control undesired insects, weeds, rodents, fungi, bacteria, or other organisms. Under Fifra, no pesticide may be legally sold or used in the United States unless it bears an EPA registration number. In addition, it is a violation of the law for any person to use a pesticide in a manner inconsistent with its label. In addition to providing EPA with the authority to register pesticides, the law also gives EPA the authority to suspend or cancel those registrations. Let's examine each process, beginning with the registration process. There are 4 steps in the registration process. To register a pesticide, the company must file a statement and submit data. After receiving the data from the company, EPA reviews it. After reviewing the data, the EPA publishes a notice in the Federal Register. Upon publication of the Federal Register notice and review of the comments, EPA determines whether to approve or deny the registration. EPA also has the authority to suspend the use of a pesticide. Usually this occurs when the agency is deciding whether to cancel or change the classification of a pesticide. To issue a suspension order, EPA must find that the use of the pesticide poses an imminent hazard. If EPA finds that an emergency exists, the agency can ban the sale and use of a pesticide effective immediately. Cancellations are issued when a problem is severe. Other agencies, such as the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Scientific Advisory Panel, must be notified and their comments evaluated before a final notice of intent to cancel registration is issued. At the end of the cancellation process, which could take 2 years or more with the appeals process, the registrations of the pesticides are automatically canceled, and the products can no longer be sold or distributed in the United States. How are the regulations enforced? Fifra, like many other statutes, uses inspections to enforce the regulations and ensure compliance. There are 2 types of inspections which can be conducted under Fifra: books and records and establishment. Books and records inspections are used to, among other things, identify and locate violative batches and shipments of pesticides and determine the amounts of pesticides produced and distributed nationwide. Some of the activities that take place during a books and records inspection are described on the screen. There are 2 types of establishment inspections: producer inspections and marketplace inspections. Inspectors conduct producer inspections to, among other things, ensure industry compliance with product registration, formulation, packaging, and labeling requirements before the products are distributed. Marketplace inspections are conducted to detect and obtain samples of any unregistered or misbranded pesticides being marketed, and review advertising material, accompanying literature, and other labeling to determine whether any false or misleading claims are being made for the product. States have primary authority for enforcing pesticide use requirements. Places to inspect for non-registered and improperly labeled pesticides include animal health and veterinarian suppliers, barber and beauty supply dealers, chemical suppliers, medical and dental suppliers, janitorial supply dealers, and paint dealers. Congratulations! You have just completed the Fifra module.